Hey guys, it's Pacey and welcome back to episode 46 of my Leeds career mode. Now today we're going to be continuing with the transfer window, kind of crack on with things a little bit, try and sign some new players with the 22.5 million that I've got to spend, and we are first of all actually just going to change the difficulty on this career mode as well, because I did it on my Leicester City career mode and I changed it to world class, and it definitely made a hell of a difference, made the games a little bit more exciting. So I'm also going to up the half length to 5 minutes like I did on the Leicester City career mode as well. So if we could go hit 25 likes on this video, it'd be really appreciated, guys. If we could also go subscribe as well if you haven't already, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let's get on with this episode, and basically what I'm going to do is try and sign some more players now. We are in the transfer window. If you look at the team that I've currently got, if I quickly put out the best team that I have, then you'll quickly see where we need to try and find some replacements. Sam Byron's probably on the way out, just like he did in real life, just to kind of make it a bit more realistic. And we've got a couple of players that can still come into this side. Yeah, Torre obviously is out on international duty along with Bailey, so they won't return straight away. I think they're doing Confederations Cup, so they won't return. We've got Sandro. I think, have I bought Sandro? I don't know why I've still got Sandro, to be honest, or when he's going back, whether he's on loan or not, I'm not too sure. He might be going back. I might have to look at a new left mid potentially if he does go. In terms of the whole squad, I think I pretty much know where I need to improve. I need another wide player when Sam Byron leaves, and maybe just add to the quality of the team as well. Make sure I've got strength and depth throughout the whole squad. So we're back in a couple of minutes once I've found some player that I'm interested in signing. This is another player I'm going to try and get in. I think I might go for Callum Wilson. Now he's a little bit older. He's not very young. He's still not very old though. He is about in his kind of mid-years now in terms of football career. So 25 years old is about right to try and sign someone, I think. So I might try and get him in as a replacement for our other striker. We've got Andre Gray. And the reason why I'm getting rid of him straight away is because he was just a short-term replacement for Jamie Vardy when he went. And obviously Callum Wilson's got more quality than him. He's a little bit younger but also a better overall as well. So it's going to be part of a trade deal. It's going to be a replacement for Andre Gray. Get him out the door and try and get in someone that's more Premier League quality. He's worth 2.6 million, and I think on top of that we are just going to go with an extra 3.5. I think should be enough to try and get in Callum Wilson. And for those of you who don't remember from the last episode, I've also got Townsend hopefully coming in for us, but we are still waiting to see what Tottenham say to the bid that I put in. That bid included Sam Byron as well, so I might just continue to sim on a few days, see how we get on with the bids that I've put in already. But first of all, I have to do some sort of pre-season tournament. Now, I'm not really too sure which I'm going to go with, but judging by the teams rather than the money, it looks like I might go for this middle option. Any decent teams? And they got Hoffenheim, I think, is one of those teams. I might go actually for the most money. It makes sense given the fact that the teams really aren't that good in any of them, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to go with that one, and we are going to now see what the transfer offer is that I've got in. It's for Jack Butland. Well, he's not going anywhere, and it's Hanover, 17.5 million. That's a lot of money for him. I am just going to reject the offer. Not reject all offers, because I do quite like to see some of the big offers that come in for some of our players, so I'm not going to reject them all. We will reject that one. 17.5 isn't really enough. I'll probably sell for about 30, something like that. But any lower than that, I'm not really interested. Okay, as we move on to some player drills now. I've changed around the 5 players I've gone with for the start of this season. You can see them there. Hopefully we can get them up quite nicely at some stage. Some of the attributes should fly up pretty quickly, I'd imagine, for some of them. As you can see there, O'Donnell, the keeper, had quite a few attributes going close to going up, but not quite fully. And I am going to quickly move on to trying to sell some players now. We are going to go through the whole squad and see which players I need to get rid of, need to try and replace. So we'll back in a second and we'll see what players I'll be getting rid of. Okay, here are all the players that I've got listed in some sort of capacity. So we've got Heskey here, transfer list. I'm getting rid of him. A few people wanted me to get rid of him before, but I held on to him. He's now 39 years old, and I think I should try and get him off the wage budget and getting a little bit of money for him before he actually retires. So we're going to try and transfer list him. I might get in some sort of replacement. I'm tempted by Peter Crouch still. I need someone in the squad that I think can come off the bench potentially at some point and try and get a few goals for us. We need a bit of height going forward, so I might bring in Crouch, someone that's a little bit older, to try and strengthen the squad, but we'll have to wait and see. Pickford's also on the way out. He's been asking to leave. He's not been playing very much, so that's understandable. Byram, who we already know about, he is leaving. And we've also got Berardi leaving as well, so we definitely need a new right back. We've only got, I think, It's not Hyde. I can't remember who the right back is that we've still got, but we've got one youngster as the right back that we are going to be keeping. So we definitely need to try and sign a better sort of Premier League quality right back at some stage. And then I've got a lot of players going out on loans, a couple going out on a 1-year loan. Most of them are going out on a 2-year loan though. And this also moves me on actually to a player that I've got in on a 2-year loan, which is Sandro. I'm actually going to get rid of him. I'm going to terminate his loan. It's 910 grand to terminate it, but I'm not massively bothered about it because I don't really use him that much in game. I'm not a huge fan of him in game, so there's no point me keeping him basically. I'm going to terminate his loan, try and get someone permanently on the left-hand side. So I need to do a left mid and a new right back as well as a third choice keeper as well, because I'm loaning out quite a few keepers. So we are left with just 2 keepers unless I sign someone. So I need to get a third choice keeper or a second choice, whichever, a new right back and a new left mid. Disaster. Crouch is retiring at the end of the season. I wonder whether he would be, and he is retiring at 36, so I can't get in Crouch, but we'll move on to the proper targets now, and hopefully try and sign them in the next few days. I think I found the right back I'm going to go after. It's Yedlin. Now, he's only got 12 months left on his contract, so it makes sense. He's going to be cheaper. He's also 23 years old, very fast. We all know that. And I think he'd be a good player for a 75 overall, and he looks quite cheap. So we are just going to go in there with 2.6 million, right at the top of what they're potentially going to be asking for. But he is worth, obviously, a little bit more. So we'll see whether they accept that. Hopefully they do. And now we can move on to a left mid, hopefully. And I'm also going to put in a bid for Pereira, who is a right mid, but he can play left mid as well. So I think he could be the left mid that I'm looking for. Very fast, obviously 21 years old. I inquired about him before, and they asked for 7 million. He's probably worth more now, to be honest, than he was when I first inquired. But we are going to go ahead with 6 million. We're basically just going to put in a nice low offer, see what they say to that amount. They'll probably want maybe 12 million, to be honest, for him. We'll wait and see what they say, and now we'll sim on to the next few days and hopefully find out about some of these offers that I've been putting in. But first, another transfer offer in here for Jack Butland, Bayern Munich this time, 15.5 million, slightly less. I will counter offer, and we will go 35.5 million. If they choose to accept that one, then obviously we get a lot of money and we can get in somebody else. I would like to keep in Jack Butland, but obviously there is a limit as to how much I will accept, and obviously I'd accept 35.5 for him. Spurs have said unacceptable because even though they are interested in the player, they want 5 million as well for Townsend. We're not going to go with 5 million, we'll go 3.8 million and hopefully try and sign him up. He's got 45 grand a week on his wage as well, so that might not be something that I think was worth it, but we'll have to wait and see whether they do actually accept that bid anyway. And we've got this game against Frankfurt now. We are just going to sim the match with the team I think I've got out here. That's going to probably just about be good enough to play the game, and we'll see whether we can get ourselves a win. We are just going to sim it straight away. And we won the game 3-1. No injuries, which is the main thing in pre-season. Not really bothered about the result that much. And we've got transfer offer in here, and it's actually one that we've had rejected. Too low for Pereira. Not after selling him for 6 million. He's worth 10 now, is it? I think they just said. On the sidebar it said 10 million. Anyway, his value here is 7. So I will just go ahead with 9 million. We are going to up it quite substantially and see whether they do accept that one now. Bournemouth saying even though they are interested in the player, they want 6 million on top of that as well. So they're interested in him, but they want some more money, and we are just going to go with an extra million to make it 4.5 million now, as well as having Andre Gray as part of the deal. Transfer offer in here for Jack Butland, 13.5. Let's reject that one. Will we hear back from Bayern Munich about the other one? And we have done 25.5. Oof, okay. So Bayern Munich have said they're willing to pay 25.5 million for him. He's 24 years old, 81 overall, young English keeper. Do I sell him to Bayern Munich? I mean, what other replacements are there out there that would be interesting getting in? And I will be able to afford the 25.5 million. I can't really think of too many. Joe Hart, possibly, but he's not very young. It's difficult. It's difficult. I think what I'm going to do is stall that one for now. We're not going to do anything about that one in this episode. I'll let you guys decide in the comments, and we'll kind of just get a rough idea as to what you want me to do with that one. And they want 3.4 million for Yedlin, so we'll go near to that. Not quite at 3.4. We'll go 3.1, which is pretty much halfway, I think. Near enough anyway. And yeah, we'll see what they say to that. So we will just leave that one in our emails for now, and kind of wait until next episode to find out what you guys thought about it. And Sporting come back and said they want 14.5 million for Pereira. He's obviously a very good, young, talented player, but 14.5 seems a lot, so I'm going to up it to 10 in the hope that they do quickly accept that one, but we'll have to wait and see again on that one. Bournemouth have accepted the bid, though, I put in for Callum Wilson, and we can now move on to wage. So we're going to go 42 grand, We'll go with the bonus per goal or that lot, and we will go with important first team play, which I think is fair enough, really, considering the players that he's coming up against. Spurs have accepted the bid I put in for Townsend, so 45 grand a week. We will go crucial first team player, as he'll just replace Byram in his right mid position. And an update from England, not interested in that. We've got a youngster here wanting to start the next game. He won't start the next game, because I need to make sure I'm actually winning these matches. Pato's gone to Udinese for 16.5 million. That's an interesting one for us to look at, but doesn't really concern us too much. Let's move on to change around the team quickly. I also need to put in... Oh, no, I don't need to put in a bid for right back, because we're getting in Yedlin, aren't we? I was just thinking there about Berardi not looking particularly good in the team, but we will hopefully have Yedlin in the side at some stage. So I don't need to change around that much. Maybe bring in Yaya Toure if I can. Yes, I can. Well, oh, God, what's happening here? Jeez, it's all happening here. We're going to put Yaya Toure at centre attacking mid, and I think we'll move Dele Alli out of the team, I think. We'll bring in Berardi. And I think that's pretty much the side I'm going to go with. A better left mid, possibly. No, not really. But that's the side I'm going to go with. Hopefully it's going to be enough to, again, win this pre-season match. And we can hopefully try and get in some more money from winning the tournament. Okay, so no injuries here, let's hope. I'm hoping Yaya Toure has a good performance. Gets us a goal, maybe. No, but Sam Byram does. With 5 minutes left on his final game for us, probably, to get us the win and the 3 points. Very good news for us again, and let's move on to the play drills. Same 5 players, hopefully get them up across the next few weeks. And have we got any players going up? We've got the keeper going up, one of his attributes there. That is his goalkeeper positioning. Other than that, no other growth. Spurs have accepted the transfer offer in here for Yedlin, which is great news. We can hopefully get a new right back. We are going to go with, I think, a crucial first team player makes sense. I'm just going to downgrade it to important first team player just to make sure that I can just give myself a little bit of leeway with that one. And we'll leave the Bayern Munich one in there. And I think we'll sim one more day. I don't want to sim too far, otherwise we lose the Bayern Munich email. Transfer offer in here for quite a few different players. One of them's a keeper, which I'm going to loan out to Oxford United. And the other one is for Butland, is it again? It is 16 million. I'm just going to reject that one. And I think I'm probably just going to reject the Bayern Munich one as well. I know 25.5 million will put us up on a lot. 47 million that'll give us. But I just feel that I want to try and keep Butland. He's too much of a good keeper. So actually I'm just going to reject the offer for now. I might sell him at a later date. But for now I think I just want to keep him. Try and build a proper Premier League squad. Rather than getting rid of our best players. And another transfer offer in, this time for Danny Henry, another keeper. 2-year loan yet again, this time to Hartlepool. So we'll accept that one and let him go. We've also got a transfer offer rejected because I've accepted another one from a different team. Is that Roma? It is 13 million they've accepted for that one. So I'll have a little look. What did I put in? 10 million. I'm just going to up it to 12 just to see whether the deal accepted or not. And Callum Wilson's declined. He doesn't feel the move suits him. Thank you for the interest. And he has no intention of ever playing for the club given the history between us. He was at Leeds on loan, but I didn't realise there would be any sort of negative history between us, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you for the interest. I'm just going to up it to 55 and hope that he accepts, but I doubt he will by the looks of it. And with Callum Wilson, I think we'll just up the wage again, this time to 45, make sure I do actually meet the wage that he was asking for, and we'll go with important first team player. And another game to sim. We've gone with the exact same team as the previous game. We are just going to skip it straight away. Won the game 4-0. Yaya Toure hat-trick. Brilliant start to his Leeds career for us. Getting 3 goals in that game. And we have got some prize money for that, just under $1 million. So it won't help us out too much. But this definitely will. Yedlin here, 3.1 million. I think that's a brilliant buy that we've got there. 3.1 million for a player that's 75 overall and 24 years old. And he's certainly going to help us out a lot in this team as well. So very happy with that. He'll go straight into our starting 11 as well, which is great news. So we can get rid of Berardi, who's hopefully on the way out. And it also allows a bit of growth in our youngsters as well, because Marsden will be able to come into the side a little bit more often, which is good, because he's actually staying at the club. Along with, where is he? Batiste as well. He's also staying at the club. I'm not loaning him out this season because he's looking like a very good player and he could break into our cup team hopefully this year. And again, they've rejected the offer, so we won't go ahead with that one. Let me know of other suggestions in the comments as well for left mids that I can try and sign because it's clear that I can't get in. Pereira is going to be too expensive and they're obviously just not interested in the bids I'm putting in. But for Callum Wilson, we've actually got that one accepted. So Andre Gray's leaving and we've got 4.5 million also leaving the transfer budget to try and sign him as well. So we've got another Pacey attacker in there, which is great news. Now we just need someone a little bit taller to give us a bit more height when Heskey leaves. and Townsend again has declined. So we need 2 new wingers here. Let me know of 2 new wingers in the comments, because that concludes this episode. Basically, that is going to be it for this episode. Let me know 2 new wingers in the comments that you want me to try and sign. As you can see, I've got just under 15 million to spend, which is quite good to get in 2 new players. And other than that, I don't think I need to sign anybody else. Obviously, the deals involve getting rid of Byron, probably. But other than that, that is it for this episode, guys. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this one, please hit the thumbs up button and also go ahead and subscribe as well. It'd be absolutely fantastic if we could go with 25 likes on this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.